had a million questions. So I was sorry to be late. All right. Do we have a quorum?
You do have a quorum.
We're going to appoint Jim Testani today to the FNF, and you'll do it as the chair, and then I will get off the phone and you'll have your quorum and you're good to go.
Okay, awesome. All right. So does someone want to, is it part, let me see, is it in the agenda or can we do it first
No,
thing?
that's just you. You appoint him
Okay.
and he's
But
on.
you don't have to do anything, yeah.
Oh, all right. I appoint Jim Testani to FNF.
All right. You guys have a wonderful day.
Bye, Anthony. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Anthony.
Welcome, Jim. Are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. There you are. All right. Now I can see everybody. Okay. So good morning and welcome. We'll open the, we're good to go, Diana, right? Yes. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Item number 1, approval of the minutes, April 12th, 2022 FNF minutes are in your packet. Any revisions or questions related to the minutes? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Make the motion.
Thank you, Barbara. Second.
Margaret.
Margaret, thank you. All in favor? Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? All right. We'll move on to section 2, action items. 2.1, approval of the payroll certification.
I'll move it.
Margaret, you moved it second? Or was that Barbara? Sorry.
That was me, but
Yep,
Barbara
Margaret.
will second it, right?
I'll second.
Thank you, Margaret, for volunteering Barbara. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed, abstain? All right, 2.2, recommend acceptance of SUNY Grant Award 2022 ELP Pre-Freshman Summer Program. Any questions, comments? Margaret,
I'll
moving,
move it.
okay, second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Barbara. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Anybody object or abstain? All right, 2.3, recommend acceptance of federal Perkins V grant funds for academic year 2022 to 2023. Any questions or comments? Motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jim. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? All right. 2.4, recommend approval to purchase quantity of 200 computers and quantity of 200 monitors from the New York State OGS contract PM 208250 Dell Marketing LP for fiscal year 22, which is the yearly replacement of student laboratory and classroom computers and monitors. Any questions? Motion?
So moved.
Thanks, Barbara. Second?
I'll second.
We need those. Anybody, all in favor? Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstain? All right. 2.5, recommend approval of the purchase of cyber risk insurance access through Marsh USA Inc. Any questions on that?
Move it.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Second, Jim. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody abstain or anybody opposed or abstain? All right, 2.6, recommend approval of RFP 2022-07 driver training programs to adaptive driving services. Any questions? Motion?
Moved.
Thank you. Second? I can second. All in favor? Aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? All right, 2.7, recommend approval of SUNY Shared Services Agreement. Any questions on that?
I'll
Margaret?
move it.
Moving it. Second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye.
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 Anybody opposed or abstain? All right, 2.8, recommend approval of resolutions adopting the college's 2022 to 23 operating budget, sponsor services, full-time positions, student FTEs, and 2022-23 tuition and fees. Any questions or conversations related to that?
I'll move it.
Thank you, Margaret. Second.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? All right, recommend approval of lease between the college and the village, BCC Housing Corp. For student services space.
I'll move it.
Thank you, Margaret. Second, Jim, thank you. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Anybody abstain? All right, 2.10, recommend approval of bid for the 2022-10 SUNY Broome roof project. Any conversation related to that?
I'll move it.
Thank you. Second,
Second.
all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed or abstain? All right, recommend approval of STEM Division Professional Services Contract. Any discussion?
It's a temporary, temporary replacement for Michelle Schneider, who's retiring in July.
I'll move it.
Thank you. Second,
Second.
all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone abstain or opposed or abstain? I got them mixed up. Sorry. All right. 2.12, recommend approval of professional services contract for college presidential search.
I'll
move
move.
Thank you, Barbara and Margaret. Moved in second. All in favor, aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Anyone abstain? All right. 2.13, recommend approval of resolution for candidates for promotion.
I'll move it.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstain? All right, 2.14, recommend approval of resolution for the new position description of institutional research analyst.
I'll move that.
Thank you, Barbara. Margaret,
I'll second.
thank you, Jim. All in favor, aye.
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 Anyone opposed or abstain? All right, and then lastly, 2.15, recommend approval of revised F-16-003 operating budget transfers policy. Any questions on that?
I'll move it.
Thank you, Margaret. Second.
Second.
Second, Barbara, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed or abstain? Woo, that was a long list. All right. Wow, that was the longest one I remember. All right, informational items, Dr. Drum.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think this might be the longest FNF
I think so.
we've ever had, or certainly among the longest in my now 12 plus years. Jim and Al, don't be afraid to ask questions as we go along. That was kind of blistering through those. Some of those were quite routine. Some of those, not so much. But please, don't be afraid to ask questions. I think everyone's, aware of the announcement I made last week. I've received some wonderful notes, particularly from some of our most senior faculty, and really heartwarming and rewarding. The notice isn't as much out in the community as I bump into people as I thought it might be. Or maybe people are just waiting the 14 months before they start to say something, which is just as well. Francis stayed an extra year and had to endure a whole extra year of goodbyes and thank yous. Thank you to those who attended commencement. I think it was at least tied, if not the most trustees we've ever had at commencement, and we really appreciate that. It's always such a fun event, the best night of the year. Best day of the year. It's what we're all about, to graduate students out into the community and the next phase of their life, whatever that's going to be for them. But what a great night. This time of year, we also have all of our ceremonies. This is an unusual one. Our Frank Paul Medal Ceremony is this evening that the foundation puts on. They have an awards program named for Frank Paul, who was a local engineer here for IBM, and endowed an awards program to recognize the top STEM students in Broome County. So they're nominated by their schools and then awarded by us. They don't have to attend SUNY Broome. A few always do. But it's a great ceremony to recognize the best and brightest in STEM from the community, and quite a legacy for Frank Paul. Some of his family members usually show up to help me hand out the medals and to talk a little bit about his legacy. And I want to acknowledge Nick, who I think is the only trustee. Margaret would have come right behind him, I think, when she became vice chair, of the board. The only trustee who was on F&F my entire time. And I'm going to miss him. He missed tying George Akel as the longest serving trustee by 1 year.
Wow.
George served for 29 years and was our longest serving trustee ever. And Nick made 28. So he's been just a terrific board member. And I'm really going to miss him. He's promised he's going to show up Thursday night for his propers, and I hope he does. But I'm going to miss Nick in so many ways. He's been a rock for us, certainly for me, all these years. And that concludes my report, Madam Chair, unless there are any questions.
So Dr. Drum, thanks for sharing the notes that you've shared. I thought they were really beautiful and appreciate reading them. I thought that was very nice testimony to you, and certainly notes you're going to want to keep for many, many years, right? Nice to have. Very well done. And I think your letter was great, and really, when you think back about all the achievements, there have been many, and through very difficult times. I think these past 2 years, we've all lived through something unprecedented, and to come out of it, I think stronger is something to be commended for. And Nick is amazing, right? He's a force. He's just a force. And he's been great. He's been great to me through this, right? He really helped explain a lot of things to me early on. And, he continues to do that. So I can't agree with you more. I think great man, and he's certainly given a lot. And George, you can't say enough great things, right? I mean, it's really extraordinary to see somebody spend that many years dedicated to something like that. But it was meaningful to George. It was very meaningful to him.
Certainly was.
Yeah, every aspect of it. And that was sincere and was his integrity. So well said. So thank you. All right. Any other comments or anything from the committee? All right. Budget and finance update.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So one other attribute that Nick had was he was a Lemoyne College grad. So he and I shared that.
Oh, nice.
That aspect. So the monthly budget update is the same bottom line. Hasn't changed in the last several months. We still are predicting we'll need about $3.5 million of stimulus money to offset the enrollment and revenue losses, and that's really been pretty consistent. Pretty much done with spring numbers, and summer enrollment looks about comparable to the spring enrollment, at about a 10% decline. So pretty much have most of the day-to-day operational numbers pretty well settled in, and there may be some adjustments as we get into year-end closing with some of the accruals, but at this point, I think we can predict these numbers fairly reliably. The report is a more detailed kind of part 2 financial sustainability report. Generally we provided what I would call a pretty high level document relative to our 5-year forecast as to how budget and finance thinks what actions we need to take in order to be really pretty sustainable going forward. I'll, in deference to time today, and rather than hear it twice, I'll do a very modest presentation at the board meeting with a PowerPoint presentation, just to kind of talk about really what's happened over the last 10 years and what we structurally think needs to happen prospectively in order to maintain a financially viable institution in the near future. The other reports, grant approvals are any grants that the college received that are under $50,000. We just provide information to the finance committee. So there's several of those, investment report and Housing Corp did make its monthly mortgage payment. And that concludes my report for today.
Any questions for Michael? I did find a financial sustainability report. It was really great and appreciate it. I thought it was very comprehensive and helpful. So thank you, Michael, for that. I think that's great. And also, you know, I just also want to applaud Diana. I think this was a long number of action items. And when I first got it, I thought, oh boy, I could just look at the titles and think I'm going to have a lot of questions, but everything was so well done in the packet. I just want to commend everyone. It was easy to get through and easy to understand. So thank you very much. I thought everything for this packet was very, very well done. All right. Any other questions for Michael that anybody has? All right, we'll move on to 3.3, facilities update. Dave?
Thank you, Madam Chair, and hello, Jim Tostani. How are you? You have my report. I'll go down it very quickly. As in the action item, bids were open for our most recent roofing project, the Student Center and Business Building roofs on May 16th. And thank you for approving those so we can begin that work. But just to keep you posted, roofing materials are one of the areas in construction that are hard to come by. And just so you know, we bid the library roof last August, and our contractor is still awaiting delivery of materials for that contract. He expects them in early July or middle of July, but that's for the library project, the library roof, which was bid last August. I'm a little bit fearful of these two as well. However, we spoke with a contractor and he thinks that he may be able to secure the materials to do the student center roof, which is the most critical right now. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hopefully we can get that work started relatively soon. The preliminary engineering or initial engineering on the Decker Health Science Nursing Space Assessment has been completed. We are now going to start, or we have started, the RFP process to secure an architect to enter the final design stage, and we have a target date for construction of that work to begin in early 2023. The milling, repaving, and striping of some of our key on-campus parking lots will once again begin now that classes are over. And I've been in conversation with Broome Bituminous about getting that work restarted. Renovation work continues in a number of our buildings, in particular the Student Services Hallway, with work in the registrar's office to follow. Design work has started on replacement of the water-cooled HVAC system in the library. And then a number of other little items. We've installed emergency lighting. We continue to assess the exterior library concrete panels. We've put together a construction team to begin construction of the 3 pavilions that we're going to erect on campus. Right now, our forces are working up at the baseball field. We are hosting the Class D state playoffs in early June, and there's a number of items that I would like to see improved or upgraded before that tournament, which will provide a really good reflection on SUNY Broome, and we're working on that right now. And then there's a listing of a number of other projects that are in the works across campus. Most importantly is the photo lab relocation in the old science building, which will get us bring us a brand new photo lab once completed. But we have a lot of work ongoing. Our staff is doing a really good job. I would be more than happy to answer any questions that anyone may have.
Any questions for Dave? I drove through the campus the other day. Everything looks great.
Yeah, the guys and ladies are working hard.
Yeah.
You know, now the classes have ended, it enables us to get more of our staff outside.
Yeah.
And so the majority of work now will take place outside, and you know, we'll just keep working hard and keep it looking good. So thank you.
Yeah, and I think those construction challenges they're tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Even on the little stuff, Kathy. It's
Right. It's horrible.
Getting frustrating. I mean, we've got doors on order for the work going on in student services, and I'm still not sure when we're going to get those doors. So it's pretty frustrating, you know. But we'll get through. And like I said, hopefully with the student center roof, the contractor can get enough material together to be able to start that work at least. So
Yeah, you wouldn't think doors would be that hard, but in our construction, same thing. We have temporary doors because we can't get the real doors.
that's what we're doing too. We're putting
Yeah.
a temporary piece of sheetrock up to
Yep.
secure the door at
Yeah.
night. And on the roofing side, it's mainly the insulation is really toughest to come by. So that's what the problem is there. So.
Thanks for the great report as always. And then we'll move on, if there's no other questions, to the human resource report. Lynn?
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good morning, everyone. The personnel report reflects activity for the month of April 2022 and is for informational purposes. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Lynn? All right, are there any other items or issues to be brought forward to FNF?
Yeah, Kathy, if I could, Jim was a surprise addition and a pleasant surprise addition. I want to welcome Jim again. Welcome Jim to commencement. Only one other trustee in my entire life has been so excited to join a board. And it was a young alum out in Wyoming who had to run for office, actually, a countywide office in Wyoming. And he was so excited to win his election and come on the board. And Jim was bugging Diana about hitting all the bases to get on the board, and was anxious and hopeful to be able to participate in commencement. And we're thrilled to have you join the board, Jim. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan.
Agreed.
Thank you.
You took the words right out of my mouth. And I also wanted to say I thought graduation was really nicely done, and it was very exciting. And it's fun to watch all those bright eyes and smiles, right? And fun to listen to their family and friends hooting and hollering and just having a great time, being so supportive of the people who graduated. And, you can't help but think about the fact that they went through 2 very tough years. Never hopefully to be repeated again, but who knows? But nevertheless, they did well, and they should all be very proud. But I thought the event went great planning right down to the last minute, including Diana, the bobby pins, which you brought to make sure that we all stayed appropriately coiffed.
I should have taken them, Diane. I didn't.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you
had to
all
take
look-
my hat off.
You all look very nice.
thank you very much. Thank you. Somebody sent me a picture of myself, and my mom is 97, and she has a little bit of dementia. I showed her the picture, and she said, "Oh my God, did I miss your graduation?"
Yeah.
We had a good laugh about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was very well done. So if there are no other items to be brought forward, actually, I do have one. I'll just mention this. We recently had I just saw Dr. Haynes on my screen, so it made me think. Just an update for the board. We did have our next subcommittee meeting on the community and nursing initiatives. And Dr. McKay did a great job at filling us in on all of the different initiatives that we have going forward. And one nice thing that we're expanding the faculty for the nursing school and the position that's been posted. The 3 health systems are going to contribute and pay the salary for that faculty position. So we're very excited and appreciate all the hard work that Dr. Haynes and Dr. Snyder and Dr. McKay are doing to really create, hopefully, a much stronger pipeline for the clinical talent that we need in this community. So appreciate Dr. Haynes and all that she's doing to keep those fires burning. We had a really very good meeting with a lot of good updates. So very encouraged. Yeah, thank you. All right.
Kathy, you're saying that UHS and Assumption, or what are they called?
So Lourdes, well, Ascension, but Lourdes,
Oh.
UHS, and Guthrie are going to all contribute to pay for the faculty position,
Full time or full payment?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
salary and benefits. So, so it'll be able to expand the night and evening program for the nursing school.
Right away.
Perfect.
We can find the faculty. We can expand that program right away.
Uh-huh. Nice.
So really great work, but also I think a lot of fabulous work around helping students to be more competitive to get into nursing school and from, high school forward. And then also how do they better support the nursing students throughout the course of their education, and particularly towards the last year when they're getting ready to make the leap into real life. And trying to create more real life scenarios for them during that last year of clinicals that give them better support from mentors in the institutions that they're
So
learning.
what degree do they get when they're finished?
So they get their 2-year associate's degree in nursing.
But not an RN or not an LPN
Oh, yeah,
or
no, they're an RN. Yep.
they're an RN,
Mhm.
Yes,
but they'll have to go on to get
Their
Okay.
bachelor's.
10 years to get their bachelor's.
10 years to get their bachelor's.
10 years. Okay.
But the nice thing is too, that they've developed programming, which is under review at the state level now to try to help LPNs and paramedics who want to advance and go into, more full scale nursing, to be able to take a new program that was developed with Dr. McKay and Dr. Snyder and Dr. Haynes, and it makes it easier for LPNs and paramedics to be successful in making that jump. So there's just a number of initiatives that have been undertaking in less than a year's time to really try to increase that pipeline, and it's been done very comprehensively. So I'm thrilled at the progress that we're making and just appreciative of everyone's time and effort. So just wanted to update that. And I know Dr. Haynes will update us at the board as well. So just kudos to everyone. It's great. All right. Any other action or any other items for today? All right. Our next meeting is June 14th at 9 a.m. And until the board meeting, hope everybody has a nice day. So enjoy. Anybody? We'll adjourn for the day unless anyone objects. All right. Thank you.